Hi, Steve, and I want to ask you, what's your experience coming to see us at Dental Implant Center?
Well, let's see. I found Dr. Alvarez through a friend of mine who had found Dr. Alvarez on the internet. Okay, now I live in Los Angeles, he lives in Utah, and I came down with him and we met with Dr. Alvarez. It turns out his dental condition was far worse than mine. I've had now 2 dental implants and a lot more work, which I'll talk about, that I did, but this guy was a basket case. He couldn't do it. He needed dentures or whatever. So my situation was different from his. But after meeting Dr. Alvarez, I realized that I was dealing with somebody of a different level of quality, and it is true. Okay, I live in Los Angeles. It takes me about 3 hours to drive down here. My advice would be, you don't have to do this every time. They have 2 things which are going to be significant if you're in the United States like I am. 2 things. If you can get one of these global entry passes, this is the biggest consideration. So I realize I'm going over myself, but the biggest consideration is not coming down here. It's easy. Okay. The biggest consideration is going out of here. Okay. The lines at the border are like 4 hours. It's a disaster. But Dr. Alvarez, what they did is the government down here in Mexico, I think it's the local government, probably the TJ government or maybe the Baja government, they came up with a very clever plan, and it was called the Medical Fast Pass. And for quite a number of years, I've been coming here for more than 10 years to this office. And what they did, the government came up with this Medical Fast Pass thing, and you can get across the border in about 15 minutes. So 4 hours or 15 minutes, but they only give it to doctors and dentists. So that's a big consideration if you're driving down here. The other way to do it is you can park at the border and you can walk across, and then you can actually Uber and TJ is only about $5 each way, so it's nothing. So that's another possibility. But what I did then later is I got I used the Medical Fast Pass. The Dr. Berta up front would make up for me, and then I would get across quick. But now they actually coached me on it, and I got the American thing, which is
Global entry.
Global entry. Now, the Medical Fast Pass is a Mexican thing. They put you in a special lane, and you get right across. The global entry is an American thing, but then you have to go down. You have to apply for the card. So either way, all right. So I wouldn't be coming down here if I had to sit in 4-hour lines to get back across the border. Now, another thing that this may get edited out, but you should consider it, is stay at the Grand Hotel. They have a special deal with the Grand Hotel. It's like a Vegas type hotel with a casino on the ground floor, but it's very nice. It's a high-rise hotel, and I don't know, it costs like $75 a night, but it's worth it to stay there. So that's important. Now, moving on to the actual dentistry. I come back to Dr. Alvarez for one reason. The quality is really beyond compare. So yes, I've had him put in dental implants. That's true. I've needed 2 of them now. But also, when I realized that the quality was there, I started having him put these porcelain
Veneers.
Well, they were not veneers; they were actually crowns.
Crowns. Yes.
I had paid a lot of money in the United States to have veneers put on. And you get old, you get brown teeth, I guess. Drink too much coffee. So I had veneers put on, and I'm not exaggerating. It was like 17 grand for veneers. It was ridiculous. Okay, but little by little they would fall off or chip or whatever, and so I had Dr. Alvarez replace them with crowns. Okay, and then I started realizing, whoa, your crowns are high quality. Now he has a friend who has a special lab. He'll tell you about him. He's some friend of his. And they do the really, really high-end crowns, and they're porcelain, and there's this and that, and the color is matched. Let's just say I keep coming back for one reason, for the quality. Thank you, Dr. Alvarez.
Thank you.
So I have a lot of respect. Also, you guys should realize this. He was, or maybe you still are, a professor at the Loma Linda University of Oral Surgery, so you're not dealing with just some guy down here. I mean, you're dealing with somebody who's also a professor of oral surgery, and he's the one that does my crowns, and it's his amigos, or the guy that owns the lab that has done all my porcelain crowns. My mouth is full of porcelain crowns that he's done for me, and I come back for the quality.
Thank you.
So anyway, I would say the three most important things, in my opinion, is the quality, and I think the prices are better than the United States. But I don't know. For me, it's a lesser consideration. It is important, but it's lesser than the quality. I want to be getting the right stuff, and you got to they'll coach you on how to do the fast pass. If you can, stay at the Grand Hotel over here. It's just right around the corner. This office, by the way, is on a golf course, and the Grand Hotel is a twin high-rise facility over there, and it's also on the golf course. So let's just say it's in a little better area at TJ. This is on the eastern end of Tijuana, and if you go out to the western side, the old section, I don't want to really elaborate what's going on out there, but it's not the same area. I can tell you that much. It's the barrio district over there, and so I never even go down to that area. I don't go there. I just come directly in, and I stay at the hotel, and I come over to this office.
What's your experience during these crazy times that we live in during the COVID pandemic? What's been your experience coming down here and the care we take of our patients?
Okay, that's a very, very important consideration. Obviously, I mean, there's a few things about it. First of all, you'll read that we're now restricted even coming to TJ or Mexico or whatever. And so, I mean, I don't know what the restrictions are. I can tell you, going back across the border, I have had the border guards, American border guards, ask me, what are you doing down here? Because they only allowed people to come back that had done it for medical or dental. But I think that's been loosened up, but I'm not sure. So you keep your receipt, and then they'll say, well, what are you doing down there? The Americans do, the border guards, border patrol, whoever they are, immigration. And I tell them, no, my dentistry, okay, I've had them ask for the receipt, I've shown it to them. Okay, fine.
Because you're coming for essential treatment.
Well, okay.
Essential dental treatment.
And it's their rules. Now, interestingly, this also may get cut out, I don't know. But this time driving down here, I got pulled in by the Mexican border guards. And they asked me, what are you doing down here? Now, usually they don't care. They just wave you through. This time they did. And they had me open up the back of my truck, and they looked in there, and what are you doing down here? And I said, well, I'm coming down for dentistry. It's all true. Okay, fine. And so I just went through. So the fact that you're coming down for dental, you get the preferential treatment on getting back across the border with the medical fast pass, but also you have a reason for being down here, because that COVID thing is all of a sudden creating restrictions. Everybody thinks you can't come down here anymore. Well, you can if you're doing something like this. What else? I can tell you also the traffic is much better than it used to be. TJ traffic right now is maybe half what it used to be. It was really busy down here. Cecilia, the other doctor, just told me that the traffic's getting more busy now, but it was really light. Now it's getting a little heavier, but it's pretty easy. I mean, I've done it so many times. To me, it's a non-issue. I just drive down. But you know what? If you're not familiar with driving around TJ, I suppose what I would say is park at the border, walk across, which is easy. It's obvious to do it. And then do an Uber. I mean, Uber, like I said, $3, $5, it's nothing. And they'll take you right here. Then you Uber on out to the border and go back across. So maybe that's the easy way. I do it with driving. But, also, he wanted me to mention what their procedures are in this office. They spray my shoes. They take an electronic thing on my finger to make sure my oxygen is good with my lungs. I said temperature, and I haven't been vaccinated. I'm 62 years old, and no, I haven't been able to get an appointment yet. It's now 65 years old, or in some medical profession you can get vaccination. Maybe soon I'll be vaccinated. Yes. I haven't been vaccinated, and for the record, I haven't caught COVID yet, thank God. But no, they take all the procedures. I think they're more careful down here than they are up there in a lot of ways. The other thing, if you're like me and you like hanging around the nice hotels down here, you can actually go to a restaurant. Well, in the United States or in California now, you cannot go to a restaurant. It's all outdoors or takeout or whatever. So I'm sure this video is a sign of the times, but you can go to the restaurant here, and then they do social distancing and masks and all of that. Exactly. But it's not nearly as restrictive as California anyway. So I hope that helps.
Okay, thank you, Steve. I'm sure this is going to help a lot of people on the web looking up for dental treatment.
I got to say one more thing. Now, you might put this in, you might not. The doctor is so careful on his crowns that he actually has like a Canon camera, and he takes a picture of your teeth to make sure that porcelain color is exactly right. You know, I mean, we've got to look like a movie star. I'm kidding, obviously, but no, he's something. I tell you, it's. I can tell you, he's a different level dentist, and that's a fact. So that's coming from an honest to God Gabacho. In fact, I have to go back up to Los Angeles today. I have to drive home. So anyway, I'm giving you good advice.
Thanks so much.
My pleasure, doctor, and thank you for all your help.
Your kind comments. Thank you so much.
Of course.